Hi stamping friends, it's Marilyn here at Stamping Creations with Marilyn, trying to come to you tonight for my Facebook Live from Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada. This is my third try, so if this doesn't work, I think we'll give up, but anyway, it says I'm live and hopefully I'll see some of you on here before too long and it will be working. So before I do that, let me just check my other pieces of equipment here. Oh, looks like it's where it should be. So, Judy, I see your name. So good, welcome, glad to see you. Please comment, let me know where you're watching from and what kind of day you've had. My day has been different, to say the least. I received word this afternoon that my 94-year-old uncle passed away this morning. He lived on Vancouver Island, so I haven't seen him for a few years, but I did talk to him quite often on the phone, and he'd had some mobility issues and whatever, but he did not suffer long, and we're blessed for that to have happened. So that got me to thinking about our past, of course, and I have enjoyed him for so many years, well, all my life, obviously, and things that he did that I think I have in my trait, for lack of a better description. So share with me as I'm going to turn the camera down and get started here. If there's anyone you have in your family that you know you've gained a trait from them. My uncle was very musical, as was my dad, and I love music, and we played in a band for a number of years, so that's one of the traits. But the other one, my uncle worked for many years in the armed forces as an efficiency expert. So when I started to think about that, I thought, efficiency, that's right up my alley. I certainly got that from him as well. And the other thing that he did, which my daughter reminded me of today when we were chatting, he kept a diary, and his mom did as well. My grandma kept one with weather-related things in it, lots, because they were on the farm and they didn't have global news to tell them what the weather was last year or this year or whatever. But anyway, Uncle Don did keep a diary, and my daughter said to me today, well, Mom, there's another project for you. You can scan all of that, so we've got the family history in what he wrote there. And I keep a diary. Each day, each morning that's how I start my day. So let me know if you guys have traits like that you know have come from other family members or good friends. I mean, they don't have to be family. And let's see where this goes. So welcome everyone. Glad to see you going by here. I see names going by. I'm not going to try and comment on them. I have a neat card to show you. Bonnie, actually, I saw your name on there. Thank you for asking for this. It's to do with the blends and the alcohol background. And we had done some before. I've got my samples from there that I wasn't totally pleased with, but I did find a new way to do it, and I'm going to show you that tonight. So let me turn the camera down. You guys keep chatting as I do that. You can see the other side of my room. And get close enough that I can see my desk as well as make sure everything's lined up right. So, welcome everyone. So here is the new catalog. So exciting, because next week at this time we will be using it. We can buy everything out of it, as long as the supply list or supply chain hasn't made issues with Stampin' Up. So I love this set. This is one of the sets we could pre-order, so I do have that. And we'll be doing a class with that eventually. I haven't got it ready yet because I'm kind of up to my ears with staycation preparations. So that is going well. I should mention that right off the get-go here. Let me find my paper about it. Stamping Staycation, a number of you are registered already, but there's always room for more. So please let us know if you have any questions, and otherwise join us. It's a fun-filled day. We don't expect you to stamp with us. We expect you to use whatever you have, take our ideas and run with them and create and just have fun. We do have one session that is a secret stamping where you can stamp with us if you want to, but you certainly don't have to. So this is where you can register, and it's a full day. Everything is recorded. So If you can't be there all day, you can always come back to Facebook to watch it later, or you will get at the end of the event, you will get a tutorial, written tutorial of each of the projects, plus a link to our YouTube videos for the projects as well. So a great way to use your products in different ways that we will show you. So that's my first thing. Catalog we've talked about. If you don't have a demonstrator and you don't have a catalog, let me know, because I have some arriving tomorrow that I can get to you, and I'd love to share with you. It is a great idea book. In Color Club also goes with the new catalog. We have new in colors, and I'll just quickly show you, because last week, if you remember, I forgot to show you this at the end, so I'm starting with it this time. To heck with that turning things around. So my In Color Club is $59 a month. You get one color a month for 5 months. So all I ask is that you live in Canada and you commit for the 5 months. These are the in colors. So you have, just because I'm still learning the names, Sweet Sorbet, Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide, Starry Sky, and Orchid Oasis. And they are gorgeous colors, and we're seeing lots and lots of samples already out there. So in your In Color Club package that you would get is all of this. And I'll just leave it there, but I'll show you some of them. So you will get a card, not necessarily this one. You will get 8 envelopes and 8 half sheets of cardstock. You will get 8 sheets of in color designer paper. One of them's got flipped over. So of course designer paper has the 2 different designs. And you will get 4 sheets of the glimmer paper in the in color. This is all in the in colors. You will get a stamp pad. You will get a set of blends. And the blends are for every color this time. Last time we had one color that they were not. You will get a quarter pack of the sparkle ribbon. Isn't that pretty? And it is kind of a neat ribbon because it can be separated for a more airy view or put back together. And I will give you a color chart to help you with matching colors. My printer needs ink, obviously, but it will give you the right idea, as well as a card. I think I mentioned that, a card that I will make each month to go with those colors. So I do need to know, oh, and at the end of it, the end of the 5 months, you will get the decorative matte dots, and those are coming tomorrow too. I don't have them to show you yet. So if you're interested in that, please get in touch with me. I would like to know by the end of Saturday, by the end of the month. So not many days left on that. I just see some questions. Hard trouble getting on. So did I have a hard trouble getting on tonight, Peggy. So I'm glad we're all here. So welcome. Like I say, we're sharing tonight a trait that you've maybe know that you have gained, or that you've been born with, or whatever, from someone in your family. And sometimes it takes something like the death of my uncle today to make us realize that that is where it came from and what we have. So good to see you all. Good. Okay, the card I want to show you tonight is making this background. You might guess that it has some embossing, some heat embossing on it, and I didn't do very well there, so that's my sample. And it is vellum with the skin tone or brown tones of blends done, but they're done on the back of the vellum. So I thought it was really a unique design. I found it on France Martin's site. This is another one. You can see they're never going to be the same. And this one actually, my alcohol container had a bit of red from last time, so I've got a little bit of pink in it, but kind of neat. And I've done the embossing on what we're going to do. I've used this Flowers of Friendship stamp set. And this is what I'm going to start with. So basically I have embossed in black my words and my design, my flowers, my open face flowers. I was going to bring a Q-tip here and I don't have one, so we'll have to make do. So what you end up doing is from the back side you color with your blends. And I have chose, I've got number 100, 300, 500, and this one is the bronze. And as long as I can get it open, all she did was color. You just color wherever and use the wider end. And as always, as you're commenting, please help each other if you have questions that you can answer. I don't mind that at all, and I will go back and read everything afterwards. I appreciate everybody joining me and everybody commenting, and just love this community that we have. It really is a great thing to do. I look forward to our sessions together. So no rhyme or reason. You can do lines, you can do circles, just to fill in the color. And I'm going to try, like this one again will be different. The darker the colors, the better. So some of these light ones might not show up quite as well. But there's a couple of tricks that she did that I thought, oh, that is so neat. Let's try that. And I can go back. You probably could use more than 4 colors. I just, again, part of that efficiency thing, I like things being equal and normal and, you know, whatever. I should mention that this paper is half a sheet, so it will be cut down afterwards. So basically it's colored. And it's a little bit wet. You can see that. When you turn it over, it looks kind of, ugh. But now the magic comes in. So what I'm going to do is put it on my clip for the heat tool. And then she had these little bottles with alcohol. It's the 99% alcohol that we had before for our blend technique. And I didn't have any of these. I was using a container like this and a paintbrush to do those. But what she did was she just actually started with little drops like this going around. And because it's on the alcohol, it's going to cause the colors to spread. And oh, I'm liking this little bottle. And then while it's still wet, bringing in the heat tool, and our heat tool, we have 2 different levels. So, Bonnie, where did you get the bottles? I got them from Amazon and I have quite a few. So if you're interested, you can get in touch with me. And then what she did with it, you see how it moves the ink? And use the low heat because it is vellum. And even when I did the heat embossing for the flowers, I used the low heat. It took, being a little bit impatient, it took me a while to get the embossing to work. And this, I mean, you could just set it down and let it dry, and that's what we did the last time. I don't think I used the heat tool. Karen, I see you're on here, and I know you taught us that one with the alcohol. And I think you did mention we could use the heat tool, but I don't remember doing that. So again, I'm not, well, first of all, I want to add more color because what I want to show you is to do with these flowers. So I'm going to add more color just like this. And then I'm going to try and get rid of those lines, but maybe not. We'll add a little bit more of the alcohol to get it to run. I really like the point on there so that I can yes, Carolyn, it does dry fairly quickly. And that is, like I say, that is only the lower speed on the heat tool. So a couple of things to show you with mounting it, as well as the other trick that France Martin showed. And she did the browns as well. I forget what the heck she called them. They were the antique background. So when you turn it over, this is still embossed. And she suggested that you actually do the embossing beforehand, like I did there. And I kind of like that. I think that'll do for this one. So as we discovered in the other class when Karen was teaching us, it really makes a difference as to what you lay it on, as to what it looks like. So before I go any further, if you look at this, look at how dark it looks if you lay it on soft suede cardstock as opposed to white. And the reason we cut it bigger is that, especially like this, I may do a little bit more there just so it actually finishes the whole page. And then I have also a very vanilla. So there's a great difference in each one of them as you do them. I'm going to just work with that a little bit more. Hopefully you guys don't mind hanging out with me a little bit longer. And then this is kind of like, there's no mistakes. Remember, we've always said that with our crafting, is that it's just a chance for embellishment. Well, this is just a chance to put more color and more alcohol on it. And that bottle of alcohol will last me forever. I shared it with one of the other demonstrators already, and there's still oodles of it left. So okay, that is going to be my layer for tonight. Now what, let me find a piece of, what I was supposed to have was a Q-tip down here, but again, because of what's happened today, I got a phone call from my nephew to chat about my uncle, and not his son, but and I don't talk to that nephew very long, so that kind of kept me busy before time to get on here. So what you can do so that your flowers, if you look at this one, the flowers are standing out a lot more. All I did was took a little bit of the alcohol, which you would take on a Q-tip a lot easier than this, and wipe, I have to make it sturdier, just wipe the ink off where your open line image is. And then try not to put more ink on there like you're trying to take it off. I'm not sure, and I can't remember if she did it or not, if we have a color lifter that comes with these blends, and I'm not sure if it might work as well. But now when you go to put that on, your flowers stand out so much more. And it would be better if I had the Q-tip. But you get the idea. And I'm expecting that you're all going to try something like this, and you'll share with me and let me know. So I will just try tidy that up a little bit more because it's still not showing the background color through there. Oh, I like that. What do you think? I think that is really neat. Especially we've got the new Hues of Happiness set that I've got out of the new catalog. That's on the front of the catalog that I talked about. Has open designs like that. So it would work well too. So then the next tip that she showed, I'm going to put it on like this. Okay, but to put it on here, as you know, or maybe you don't know, but to glue vellum, usually the glue shows through. So the other tip is move your alcohol so you don't spill it. That's the first tip, is to put your, and again, because I'm going to cut this, I can decide where I'm going to place that once I get my glue on this paper. So she suggested putting glue all over your paper. And this is the one cut the size I wanted. Then taking, and I'm sure you've seen this with other people, a sponge that you've used for gluing, and just spread the glue. You could with the wide end on your green glue would probably work as well. But that's just a thin layer now, and then you can place this wherever you want it. And I am trying really careful because one of you is going to win this, remember? Whoever comments, you do get your name in a draw. So there is my finished layer, except for trimming it. Now, trimming with the paper trimmer with a new blade, which I happen to have put in, is probably the best way to do it, as long as you can get close enough, and I didn't get quite close enough there. And it's obviously not square, so you can put it up here, but I'm sure that you get the idea. And our paper snips are fantastic for doing that extra little bit, which I will, because this card is going to one of you. So question for you, another question, do you use vellum lots, and what is your favorite way of using it? I must admit I've got a container here of vellum that I don't think it's ever been empty, like my white and my black are. But I'm finding more and more ideas for using it. So then I'm going to probably, no, I've got crumb cake. So this is all brown. So like a, what's it called? Sepia in my photography language would be what we're ending up with here. So I am going to use dimensionals on this piece and pop it up. So haven't used much, hope to watch and learn more. Yes, Ines, hope to be able to share more with you for sure. So doesn't matter if you put this on here first or if you put it on your card base first. Yes, Marie, love using vellum. It gives such a soft background, I guess you'd call it, to certain pieces, or even if you put it over top of something, it is a nice way to soften your image with it. Sorry, I'm trying to see if I'm in the camera as I'm doing this. I like to burnish mine from the back side. And there is today's card. So now I will show you, I've shown you these two. This one, like I say, I didn't do the embossing very good, but, and those are extra pieces just in case. So this is what I started with, in case you weren't here at the beginning. Basically a piece of vellum that's a quarter sheet, embossed already, and then coloring it from the back with a variety of blends. And you could do it with colored, but I wanted this sepia kind of look. And here is what I did quite a few weeks ago when Karen was showing us using it, but I used different colors, and this is where she showed us, like this is all on white. So you can see, looks like raindrops. And this one, I believe we were doing more of a technique where you would put your brush in the alcohol and do this with it. I like this one, the different orange and green. Then I was trying to make a shape and I wasn't impressed with what I did with that. But you could. There are people, there's a heart. There are people who did you use Memento? No, Ines, I didn't. This is heat embossing with black, I had it here, black embossing powder. So stamped with Versamark, and then we have black embossing powder. So that's what I did with it. One of Frances that she did the black, but she also did, I think it had copper. It was a copper embossing on it. So again, you would end up, like, if you imagine this with copper on it, it would look awesome. These are some other samples I was doing just with inking on blocks. That's a piece of designer paper. More of the sepia colors, but again, just using blocks in your ink pad and on your paper. And that's about it. I just had those all in a pile and I thought, okay, this is to do with vellum. I'm going to show you those. So hopefully that's given you some inspiration to use your vellum and share with all of us, of course. And I have some show and tell cards for you. Kathleen having trouble. I had trouble getting on for my Facebook Live tonight, and it gave me a different screen that I've never seen before, so I don't know if there's been an update that I didn't know about. Anyway, hopefully the replay is there for you, Kathleen, and you can watch it. So here's a card in a swap that I'm with Sharon. Thank you so much, Sharon. Sharon loves this little punch that does the corners, and it adds so much, doesn't it, when you look at it. This one is from Karen, and this is a set out of the new catalog. So Karen does beautiful coloring, and look at, she's even stamped in the back there. What a neat fold on that card. Thank you, Karen. This is one that we did in our Zoom with friends on Friday last week. And Linda taught this one to us, and it's, you've all seen the W cards that open this way. Well, this one opens this way. Isn't that a neat idea? So great ideas. Again, in that class, we all share, we all take part however we can, using our own tools and equipment and whatever. And if you want to teach, fine. If you don't, someone else will. But it's just a real fun group, and we have a lot of fun in that class. These are cards that I recently did with my birthday card class, using the paper that you cut and flip. So you've got both sides of the designer paper there. This is, I can't remember the name of the designer paper, but it's just designer paper with a bit of embossing again, the heat embossing. And this one is in gold, this one is in copper, so you could use whatever colors again. This is one we did just, again, showing off the paper and a bit of the embossing behind. And these two are the same paper, but just done differently. So again, that paper does it all. You don't have to do much of anything. And this is the Waves of the Ocean paper, which the foil and the embellishments are sold out. I do believe there's a little bit of the paper, or there's some of the paper left yet, but it's only available until May 2nd. So if you're looking for any of that, but some great samples that people are sharing with those as well. So have to find the right alcohol. Yes, I've heard, and I did search for this, I think it was a drugstore I found it, that it has to be the 99%. Anything less doesn't work as well. So here is the card we made last week, and I have your names all of you who commented. Just see. Okay. Let me go to the right page, if I can find it. And we will do a spinning. Now I have, just a minute, full screen is what I want. They changed this as well. See? It looks different. I mean, all your names are still there. So let's do a spin and see who wins that card. And thank you all for joining me, or if you're watching on YouTube, comment. And Roz, congratulations, Roz. Send me your address. If I don't know if I have it or not, but get in touch with me and let me know. And I will certainly get that card sent off to you, because I can't send you kits or anything, but I can mail you cards, and I would love to do that. So I don't have anything planned for next week. If there's again something somebody would like, let me know, and I'll see if I can come up with it and find it and share it with you. I love how that card turned out, and I hope you do too. Take care now.